Good evening. Welcome to WooTube. My name's Baran Woo, and today we're gonna be painting in public. Yeah, lots of Arrisana going on recently, um, and of a variety of different manners. Um, But I've been really enjoying jamming out this particular build, which I'll get to in just 1 second after I point out deck list of the week. This week, obviously, we're not contractually obliged to play it, but we already did. Um, London's Bird and Bully very uh, uh, rightfully getting deck list of the week. It includes their sort of little tweaks which they've been considering, including a wraparound and a third spin. But yeah, ton of fun. I'm sure anyone who caught my stream last week. Actually, well, we didn't do an awful job of showing it off last week. We had some weird ass matchups. We had some weird draws. One where we got nothing but agendas, one where we couldn't draw an agenda, and I can't even remember what happened in our third game. But it kind of it was a bit of a shame because the games which I'd played with it sort of in testing had been like really insane, and we've been throwing stuff out in remotes left, right, and center. And then we still like won some of our games last week, but not in quite the spectacular fashion which this deck has the ability to do. But yeah, definitely an interesting one to play around with. So back to Arrisana. So this is Mining Accident Arrisana. For those of you kind of less familiar with standard, this is, I think, it must be. Actually, is the archivist still legal? Anyway, I think this is pretty much one of the only ways you can still give the corp bad publicity without them doing it to themselves. And there used to be quite a few more cards. Almost all of them saw like no play. I think the Archivist occasionally did, if I can pull that card up. Let's see if I can get it here. I assume this is like, has this rotated out? Daedalus, is that Mars? So that's still in, right? I think this is still legal. Yeah. So this technically you could use this to give the corp bad pub. This was a trace. Trace one. It gave you a link, so like that helped in terms of the trace. And whenever you scored, when the corp scored an initiative or security agenda, very specific, then you could trace and get a bad pub. This was mostly used, this card, as just a link card, as a card to get a link. In particular in like decks where you were running like DreamNet, for instance, or if you were an Anarch and you were on Security Nexus, that kind of thing. And we could play that, but we definitely don't have influence to do that here. So we're on 3 mining accidents, which I really like. Firstly, like for a variety of reasons. One, this is probably the most, like, this deck has the best kind of story behind it in terms of its theming, which is, not something which I normally build around, and it was only kind of coincidentally that I found out. But if you think about it, this deck is essentially the story of Arrisana traveling around the streets and spray painting like anti-corporate slogans and logos about MBN and Wayland and whoever. It's like her giving the corpse bad publicity through her graffiti, which I think is really cool in terms of like actually tying the deck together with a nice like story kind of theme to it. And then there's the fact that we are Arrisana, and Arrisana can make incredibly good use of bad publicity for a few reasons. One, our Breaker Suite, which is kind of the go-to Breaker Suite right now. So Echelon, Cleaver, Buzzsaw, and a Turbine. Eats through most ice for sort of 1 credit, maybe 2. if we're paying all of that with bad publicity, then we're getting through for free. But because we're Arrisana, we're putting a Kayaban down and we're making money on our runs. Secondly, Arrisana is able to put on like a lot of pressure, particularly early. We're gonna like faceplant into a ton of ice, sticking a Kayaban on it, and forcing the corp to either res it or let us get a load of free money. And then if they do res it, then hopefully they go down low enough that we can run a different central, and then we'll try and mining accident them. And this kind of works into the late game. If we can land one or possibly two mining accidents, then that's like it's all the money that we need for the late game because we run a lot. We can also use the bad pub to install obviously programs like most of these are Trojans which come in for free, but we can use it to do stuff with self-modifying codes. We're also running free copies of biobans, so we can use the bad pub to install other things like our daily casts and our environmental testings, and maybe even like a lily pad if we can land some really, really early. Super fun. The rest of it is like pretty much good stuff. Arrisana, I managed to get it down to 45 cards, which is not something I've been able to do with an Arrisana deck until this point. It is running a very suspicious single diesel to do that, but I think this is fine. I've actually found that we've had plenty of draw. I kind of prefer the Nukas over the diesels here because I always want to have a biobans target. If I'm biobansing for 2 and to install 1, like if you draw into 3 diesel or like 2 diesels, then that's no good. So I think my fire's just fallen over and gone out. Oh, I hope not. Oh no. So yeah, so that's why we're on Nukas over diesels in this particular version. Other than that, I don't think there's anything particularly unexpected here. One Hush, great card, obviously, even better in Arrisana. Jess still prefers diesel over Nuka. Could be right. Like there's a very good chance that this should actually be 2 and 2. But we'll see. I've genuinely not like with the biobans as well as like a draw, and then our kind of lily pad engine. I've found the draw to be pretty good. And if we find that we've got too much, like I've often not ended up installing like 2 of the Nukas just because I haven't needed the draw. I've like been overhand sized most times. So maybe we even like switch one of these out for a telework or something. Or an Eka. I would like a single Eka so we have something to install and bring back with Urban Art Vernissage against decks who just refuse to put ice down, which is an annoying amount of them at this moment in time. Right. With that, I think that's all the introduction I need to do for this deck. I'm gonna like post this on NetRunnerDB as soon as the stream's finished tonight because I think this is a really fun one to try yourself. Does find Nuka to not fit my personal. Right, yeah, that's absolutely fair. I think like Nuka over Diesel is a very it's totally like a personal thing more than anything else. High Game of Droids, it indeed is a fun list, and Bad Pub is indeed so good in Arrisana. I just wish I could have had the influence to put a Q loop in as well, because then we can do some real nutty stuff. But I mean, like we're spending 6 influence on mining accidents, and we kind of need we need to import at least. Like I've tried it. For instance, we could maybe save an influence, not playing Buzzsaw, play some of the Shaper options. None of them are as good as Buzzsaw, and I've always really regretted it when I've tried something else. So, we kind of need to spend influence there. Please tell me I haven't. No, I haven't. There we go. Thought I'd selected start for a second. Let's try and put my face in the right place. Okay, we have what's potentially the perfect opening hand. Um, if they're going to put out ice, we're going to face plant into it, putting a Kayaban on it. We're then going to like probably even play really aggressive and buy a bands one of the centrals, getting down a nuker, playing a mining accident, and we go from there. Very sporting of you. My opponent saying they won't watch the stream, so we're going to keep this. Uh, okay. Built to last. They are on a weird number of cards, or is that just me? 38 plus 5? Oh no, 38 plus 6, so 39, 44. Okay, they're on a normal number of cards. Completely ignore me. Okay, this is kind of perfect, especially if they don't advance this. If they advance this, they advance this. Very fun. Okay, so we can. There's actually two punishes that we can do here. We can run a central, play the mining accident. This could well just be an NGO, right? So maybe that's worse. I'm going to play this aggressive play. I'm going to try and land the mining accident this way. Where are you? Kayaban's going there. It's the absolute worst that it could have been. We're gonna have just enough to play this mining accident now. I guess we steal that. I kind of want to keep the Kayaban, but I think we're stealing that. I don't think we get punitive, so we will just play the mining accident now, and then we'll draw. Oh, and we get the Kayaban back. Great. So next turn we can. Oh, we got to take. I guess drawing was kind of wrong. We should have just taken a credit because we want to like. Uh, we we might just credit Nuka, hit Nuka. Is that better than like taking two credits playing the buyer bands? We're not going to get like amazing value off this. Okay, it was just an NGO front, so that's like they had a technically had a. Whoa, we are getting punitive. That okay. Well, that solves our issue of what are we doing with our turn. We're probably challenging this, right? I think we need to try and keep them poor. I don't think we die to anything. You see a government subsidy. Let's draw. And then we're just going to run a couple more times to get our money up. Because this is like the best source of money right now. They're pretty far away from playing that government subsidy unless they have exactly a hedge fund in hand or an NGO, which they can like install advance. Click it. Famous last words, yeah. Like watch them resonant enemy. Um, like I think like whatever they res, I think the worst case for us there is like they res an Akhet. Ah, Econ Warfare. Okay, so this could now be a Messner chest though, which I think we're happy to faceplant into, and because if they res, then they're poor, and that's actually really good for us. We might try and draw something. Okay, we will install that, and then we'll run R&D. That is an issue. if they are on, if they have the punitive in hand. Oh, it was a Colossus. I mean, we're dead to many things. So I think we run the hand. There's no point in trying to run through this. We take a credit, doesn't help us. Drawing a card doesn't help us. If this is the punitive, it's the punitive. I would absolutely. I'll bring up the list. Oh, it's the government subsidy. Wait, we knew that. We're idiots. And I'm saying this we, like, it's purely me. Um, okay, fine. We do not know what this ice is. We're somewhat expecting them to have Winchesters somewhere. But we're like nicely ahead right now, so now we can slow down a little bit. We've got these. That's nice. I'm gonna keep drawing. That's really nice. I'm gonna draw one more time. I think it's like credit, credit. Not a great biobands target here. I guess we might draw into a great biobands target. Very possible. We're definitely doing credit, credit this. I think I don't like the biobands first click. I'm tempted to run HQ. I think it's a Winchester. Forcing them to res a Winchester. How do we then deal with that? We can get a slap vandal and break the. I think that's fine. We can break the like trash one program. The others won't matter because we instantly simul chip back the SMC, so we won't have a hardware. They can end the run if they want. I think we do run HQ here because if they res a Winchester, then they're really far from Gov sub. It's a tithe. Just annoying enough. Is this worth? It'll be 2 plus, so it'll be 5 to install the echelon. Potentially 2 to break. I think we can just let this fire. Like, I don't want to lose the biobands, but the rest is fine. Ah, well. Okay. Unfortunately, now they can gov sub. No thinking aloud. um. Oh, that's mean. Very mean. Yes, this ice, sorry, on R&D is a Colossus, which is currently 5 strength. We do have a Hush which can deal with that. What did they just took a credit. Okay, so I mean, we've lost 2 biobands, so leaving archives open is probably fine. I guess, like, technically SMCing out a Kaya ban was probably worth it there. Let's draw. Let's draw. That's really good. I don't think they're going to trash their Colossus. So we just need to kind of credit this. There we go. This is the messenger test is not an issue once we find our Hush, or I mean we can find it instantly, obviously. We have to be able to install it. Okay, they're up to gov sub level. We could run through this tithe. Losing the daily cast would be a shame. I don't want that to happen. But they might then trash this. No, I think this is fine. We're gonna just go here. Kaiban's going here. We'll let it fire. We're not going to lose the daily casts. Oh, fuck. Fine. Fine. You do you, game. I really wanted that daily cast. Okay, so we can get in here. Yeah, every time. David, you are not wrong. So our easiest way through here, we have one slap vandal. So the easiest way in would be to just slap vandal it. We're gonna pull this back. So we could slap vandal and hush it. That uses up a symbol chip. We still lose 3 credits. We're possibly better just putting the Kaya ban on it, right? If we spend like most of our money going through it anyway, they can make us. Now we still need to have a credit left to actually deal with it. Maybe we don't care. If they score out an SDS, it's not really that bad. Let's draw one and see what we get. Ooh, we get a hush. If we put that out, they trash it for sure. So the question is now, are we running HQ? Are we just drawing again, installing the Kaya ban, playing a creative? I think that's what we're doing. That's really good. Well, I think we install this next turn. Sup, Anarcho? Good to see you. Indeed, Ari Hype. We're playing some badly publicized Ari today. We'd possibly get massively punished by a reversed accounts here, but we'll find out. Ah, they can score that. I'm glad we didn't run it. Okay, so this is their 7th point. Right, our engine is now online though, because we're gonna go like this. We'll I think we install an SMC, see what we draw with it. Then we make a run. Possibly pop in the SMC. Probably for we can make 2 runs on HQ, getting our echelon out. It comes in for like 3 credits after we pop the SMC. We can give them 1. So we could run HQ twice. I think that's fine. We haven't arried yet, right? No, good. We'll just break the net damage because they are very ahead now. We might be able to like sap them back. Oh, I think we trash that because I think it's better. It's easier for us to trash it from here than anywhere else. This time we go through for +2. I mean, they gain 1, but that's fine. Spin Doctor. Wonder if I care. Kind of care about them getting a reversed accounts back. Not enough though. They're building a remote. Econ Warfare, very rude. They're like very econ based, which makes sense in a putative deck. I'm slightly worried they might also be on Trojan Horse because they seem very keen on us having no money. This might be them looking for a Trojan horse, which is not much of a problem, I don't think. Okay, that is fine. We'll pull this back. Now, normally I want to challenge some ice here, but I think we need a tiny bit more setup first. So I think we can draw one. We could diesel here, but when we install a program, we're going to draw a card anyway. It might be the other SMC just for now. Yeah, we can pretty much chill and remote lock them, I think. Biobands is great for next turn with our one bad pub. I think we might even put this hush out. I think we put it out on this Mester chest though. Maybe we don't want to show it to them yet. Maybe we don't want to show it to them yet. So we could play this now. Thinking. I don't think we want to show him a Mester chest yet. So I think we can go actually really slow here. We're just going to put this here, and then we're going to take a cold hard credit. A punitive Counter-Strike going back is weird. Yeah, the DZ's really just there for additional MU because we do tend to run out. Like the Kaya band's 0 obviously to install. We can also often install off our using the bad pub. Okay, let's Biobands archives. I potentially should have dieseled first in case we drew into a testing. Oh, they have realized that they probably yeah, there we go. Like absolutely what I kind of deserve. So we'll draw 2 cards. I mean, we probably play both of these this turn, and we'll bring them back down to however much money. We're gonna install a card from the grip. So this comes in for like 1 credit, 1 bad pub. We've got to be careful about how we do this. Then does it matter if they have 10 credits left? It might do. It might actually do. But does it matter if we have 4 credits less? I think we're gonna like pop off pretty quick using this. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna force them to spend 10 credits. And then we can last click. We could install a DZ Meezy. I think we just take a credit. I guess I've got to actually I've forgotten that they might also be on Clearinghouse. So if I ever get through playing the mining accents can't be right, possibly not. But sometimes it's just a feel, you know? Ah, so much horrendous econ nastiness. I think we're gonna like face plant into this ice, putting the Kayaban on it this turn. Colossus is annoying. but not like the tag's more annoying than anything. Tree line, that's absolutely fine. We've got Hush. This is going to be worthless soon. 10 credits. What can I res? Don't know. Let's find out. Server 1, we're going to Arrisana the Kayaban here. We'll draw a card. They can res an Arquette. We can't do anything about that, so that's fine. Unfortunately, they get a trigger from here, but I think they're going to stick it on the Colossus. It wouldn't surprise me. Where do they put it? Oh, they put it here. That's okay. We might want to put this Deezy Meezy down just so that our environmental testing like pops off a bit sooner, but let's see what we draw into. This is probably great time to get down a daily casts. And then we could also just put down the SMC. Just it's mainly to like pop up this environmental testing. It's like the cheapest thing that we can put down right now. I don't want to show him the Hush yet. Like, I mean, maybe this was wrong playing the mining accidents, but they're now down to 8 credits, right? So they were like threatening to um res a lot. Good evening, Not Yeti. How you doing? People very much enjoyed the prizes. We had a little GNK on Saturday. Nikki 3.0 took the victory. Okay, I don't want to pop off this symbol chip yet. And some alt arts which I ordered from Not Yeti absolutely ages ago, but which just hadn't arrived for some reason. Finally arrived, which was great. Like they got totally lost in the post. So if I run, we could install the Hush on the Colossus. That pops off this. Then we can run, putting down the Kaya. It's putting two of these on one. Maybe we just go HQ here. I think we go HQ. What's the worst that this could be? There's a chance that we put the Hush on it. I haven't got enough MU. Yeah, sent in November. Exactly. I haven't got enough MU to do this unless... Oh, no, I do. I've got loads of MU. What am I talking about? I'm going to put this here. Drawing a card. Hopefully not cool. Drawing VS. Well, no, I don't really know what I care about drawing. Let's run here. See what we've got. Thanks. No Ari trigger yet. Um, okay, cool. So now we can Ari the Kayaban onto the Tithe. Kayaban goes on the Tithe. We get through here for +1 credit. We'll breach. We see an Arquette. And we either run again. I think we run again. They didn't res the first time. I don't think they res the second time. I guess unless it's a ping or... It's a mess in the chest, though. Do we care? Oh, uh, that hush will stop that ability. I'll run back. We'll run HQ. And then do we just let this fire? I think we just let this fire. Um, like that's fine. It's not a problem. Send a message. Ooh, we're getting an archer. Now, nicely, we're going to break this for like 4 credits because we're going to have a 6 strength echelon by the time we're fully set up, which is pretty banging. Do we want to get Kaiban now on R&D? What else do we need to draw from our deck? Uh, we're going to get a Kaiban on R&D. We're going to put the Hush there. So we'll do Kaiban goes here. We draw a cleaver. I've realised that I need to get a lot more stuff down before the Hush can come back to hand. So we can either just farm some money off server 1. Oh no, we can't because we didn't bring these back to hand. That was silly. So actually we need to get quite a lot more of our stuff down first. So let's get down for Buzzsaw. They're waiting for the deep dive. It's not going to come. We're not on deep dive. This is purely... Oh, did I pop this on the wrong turn? Oh, I thought I popped this on their turn. That's annoying. So we'll pop this down. We'll probably nuke her, click nuke her. We've got slap vandals, so we're gonna run, put the slap vandal down. Is there any point in running? Do we need to run? Not really. Apart from we save a credit by doing that. I guess that makes it worth it. So we're Arrisana, the slap vandal, I think. It's either that or the hush. Um, it's going to be the slap vandal. We're going to just put it on the this mess in the chest though seems absolutely fine. And we're going to jack out. We'll throw out an urban art. The slap band is quite important here. Like, not to break this mess in the chest bow, but with turbine and this slap vandal down, our echelon can get to 6 strength, and then it just eats through this archer very, very easily. We're hopefully going to win off R&D before that happens. But there we go. Right, let's urban art the... Where are we more likely to go this turn? I think we're more likely to go R&D, right? This is only 2 free credits. Yeah, we're gonna go R&D. So we'll put down a cleaver for like free, drawing a card. We could play this, and then we can go. This is normally strength 4. So we'll do this. I think we just take a single on R&D, but we need to pop the SMC if we do that. But I think that's fine. I mean, the other thing would just be to try and draw into it. I think that's fine. Oh, it's in our hand. Whoops. uh, uh, Not clever. Sorry, didn't look at my hand properly. So we can just like throw this in the bin. We don't need to get anything back with it. We'll. I think we can now just put a conduit down and run with conduit. Or we do that next turn. We're gonna do that next turn. We're gonna like draw and draw again. Obviously should have hit the nuker, but I didn't want to throw out a card. Keep advancing this Colossus. It unfortunately is going to be doing very, very little. So we're gonna just set up a little bit more here mentally, because we can. We'll pop this down. We're gonna put this here. They've invested so much onto it that could you hashtag disable card? On the Colossus, please. Oh, sorry. My bad spelling there. Disable card. Like that. Yeah, I can't spell. Have I played Balatro yet? Sorry, not yet. I just saw that question. I haven't. What is Balatro? Because that is pretty new to me as a thing. So here we're gonna break for +1. We'll see a gov sub. They're well off getting that, and we can just draw. Like their correct play might be to trash this Colossus, which they've put so much investment into, which is quite funny. Can I install double advance? Oh, they're playing Equal Warfare. I forgot they were on those. Oh, they didn't play it, but they shuffled it. So they advance here. They'll have just enough credit. So I do have to go and check this. That's annoying. I mean, it's an NGO front, isn't it? But if they're on Seamless or Audacity, like they might be on Seamless or Audacity, right? So what we'll do is we'll pull the Kaiban back to hand. We can install the turbine. Draw a card with it. Sure, why not? We'll play this gamble now. Is it worth it? Yeah, sure. We'll play the gamble. We'll run server 1. We'll Arrisana the Kaiban onto. I think we put it on the Archer just in case they happen to trash this Akep for some reason. No, we're going to put it on the Akep because I don't think they can afford to trash this Akep. We now have like a ridiculous amount of money. We're going to break this Archer 4, which feels pretty great. This is where my worry with like Echelon is. A hot new deck building roguelike. So this is Balatro that not yet he's talking about. Um, that sounds cool. I have often not enough time to play. It's a reverse accounts. We'll trash that, and then we'll just run R&D. It's still got the hush on, so we get through here for 1 credit. Um, okay, hedge fund. That's a shame because I can actually play that next turn. I'll uh, I'll have to look it up. Um, I like have so little time most of like often. So unfortunately we need to keep this slap vandal around, which means that we can't get like the hush and the Kayaban and the conduit down. We could have done that before we put this turbine out, but not going to happen anymore. But we're getting through here for like 1 credit, right? So it doesn't really matter as much as making credits for running R&D seems like pretty good. The one thing this deck would love would be probably a deep dive or something, because it like tends to get to the point where it's very much a control deck, and eventually we just like we'll trash that. Oh, I thought I had another click. Apparently not. Did I like Arrisana wrong there? Oh, apparently I installed a Dr. Nuka. When did that happen? I must have hit that by accident because that was 100% not intentional. Obviously, I have like no cards left to draw. Okay, this is the Messenger chest though. So this starts to get annoying to actually run through now. This will cost us 4. We need the hush here because we can't really deal with this otherwise. We could trash the slap vandal. We can just pull the slap vandal back to hand. As long as this isn't exactly an archer, even then we can boost and break. I think that's the better option here. Money wise, we can like put down this cast at the end of our turn. We could always like break the first time. Well, we're gonna Arrisana this. Nope. Oh. Kayaban here. Draw a card, sure. At least the other times we go through now are cheap. In fact, credit positive. Oh, it's a Pharos. Okay, so like we kind of need to win like this turn, I think, which could be tricky. Hey, how you doing, Cross? I never know. Is it Cross or Cross? I'm unsure about pronunciation there. This run was more expensive than I hoped. We see an Aket into a Pharos, into an Econ Warfare, Conduit. So now this is plus 2 credits to get through. This is 2 credits. So it's only 2 credits for us to run. We can't ditch anything to put the other Kayaban down, which is a shame. But we can still go a few more times. We want to do this before they advance this, and definitely before they like manage to tree line the Pharos. So here we'll spend the 2 credits which we made from this. We're back to like credit neutral. Why do you need to win now? Because otherwise this game's going to go on forever. Also there is a chance. So if it gets enough like if it gets a Pharos or something like that, triple advanced, I mean, we can. There's only a certain amount of things that we can hush. We see a Colossus. We can go one more time. And then I guess we should probably be checking HQ here. I assume they purge next turn. I've got a purge if they've got a triple advance Visferos. The fact that this server, which like should be horrendous, Arrisana just kind of eats through it. We're getting through here for -2 credits. Aket, let's remember this. Pharos, Econ, Colossus, SDS. Thanks for the game. Yeah, I mean, Kagoslav, you've got a fair point. Like, if we just wanted to play pure control here, then I could just sort of click for credits, keep the hush on the Meston Chesto, stop them or move it to a triple advanced Pharos. They probably can never score out. But that game took 41 minutes, and I, you know, we want to get in a couple of games tonight. I said to Giat that I would show the list again, and I thought that we'd have had a chance before now. But here we go. So this is what we're playing tonight. I'll move my face. I'll forget to move it back later, but there we go. So Arrisana, free mining accident, free biobans because they're sick with mining accidents. Oh, and also, so coming back to that point, like there was the turn where I played for 2 mining accidents, and maybe it was wrong, but you saw by the end of that game, the corp was so poor, and if they had 10 more credits, they'd have been able to play more of their econ that they'd have drawn into, like their gov subs and things. So I'm quite happy with us just draining them for that. I've had it with all these 3-point agenda-based decks. Yes, like you do. It's where you kind of really want to be on something like deep dive for your win con. Like you can kind of control the remote until R&D's looking like pretty packed, and then like a deep dive is often a pretty good way of closing out against them. But yeah, they're I mean, they're a style of deck, aren't they? It's like corps win by you stealing agendas, so the harder it is to steal agendas, the better the corp is. And if the corp's not too worried about scoring out agendas, then the less the better, right? I know someone in Eternal right now is playing like a kill deck out of Scorp so that they can play 4 agendas. Like they're on 1 gov sub, 1 government takeover, 3 vanity projects, I think, and that's that's an agenda suite. That's a legal agenda suite. It means your chance of winning off like finding agendas is pretty whack, really. Um, Obviously, like if you hit the government well, it doesn't really matter what you hit first. You score what you need to get any 2, right? So it's interesting because it makes the fact that you're playing government takeover like a neutral thing. Hey, Fix. We got Fix playing today. Hey. Hey, the interview went well today. Is this a good opening hand? We've got Kayabans and a UAV, and then we can daily casts. Cool. I would like a mining accident, but is that asking a bit too much? We don't have any draw. We could get a much worse hand than this. Annoyingly, like obviously Architects is like a bit hard to pressure. in terms of like forcing them to res their ice because it's quite easy for them to do that, and in fact beneficial. We're gonna do it anyway, though. Hopefully we like hit an Eli here. Let's go. They iced R&D first. Is that like a tell? Like, is that like I haven't got anything in hand, but I'm gonna put something here, like mainly just so like this feels like they're putting this here so that they can get architect's value, right? Do other people read it like that, or is that just me? Anyway, we're gonna run HQ and we're gonna Kaya ban it. Zero fear. It's a brand that is perfect for us. Um, actually, I reckon all of that can fire. That can just all fire. So then the question is, do we put this Kaya ban on R&D and like run 3 times? We'd only be able to run twice. So I think we're just gonna draw, and UAV. I can't see him doing anything but clicking for free credits here. That is one thing they can do which isn't clicking for credits. Okay, so we probably run this one now. We'll pull this back to hand, and then we'll run R&D, and we'll Arrisana, and we'll put a Kaiban here. And now we're forcing them to res, and that's 2 reses without potential Architects of Tomorrow triggers, which is just excellent. Okay, maybe we can put enough like pressure on Architects. That feels good. We are already being annoying, which feels good. Wow, that's just the most perfect rip. I guess we probably shouldn't run through this last click because that do we want to get rid of that? Go back for another. That could become problematic because we're on turbine. I wonder if Hush turns this down. Or Ice protecting this server has +2 strength till the end of the run. Anyone from rules in chat right now? Does Hush turn off Helheim servers or not? Unsure. Um, let's go once more. We're not going to run last click because Ansel is like pretty horrendous. We'll just go and get rid of this NGO front. As much as like it would have forced them to click for a credit advance. Actually, we probably should have just left that because like if they click for a credit and then they advance it, that's 2 clicks and 1 credit to gain 3. That's actually oh hell. Surely not. Hello, Mark. Surely not, as the ability isn't on the ice. Yeah, I'm unsure. I'm unsure. Evening, Axu. Hush should not turn that off. Okay, we're saying no. Well, okay, so maybe. So is this more likely to be a barrier? Because if so, want to undo? I think they've just put out a non-biroid ice. Don't mind me just filling my daily quota of being a hater. uh, 2 game stream. I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. I mean, no, this is fine. It's gonna be a quick one. We're gonna. Nah, I mess up on the draw. Forgot I could overwrite with Ginger. Oh, yeah, that would have been cool. Gotcha. Okay, so the question is where do we challenge here? I think we possibly challenge server 2 as much as I kind of want to run through this and trash this Ginger, which I think might be correct. I guess we could buy a bans through it using the trash. We're like almost definitely getting through, right? Like Magnet. If they res a Magnet, I think we're okay. Kaya bans can go here. I would have liked to like run server 2 and put something down because I think that this is more likely to be just like a barrier or something. So we click through here. This makes sense. Ravana, I didn't want to res it before. Oh, that was another Ravana. Okay, so it wouldn't have mattered which way round we did this. So here, I think we want to draw. We'll see a card from the deck. Oh, it's another Ginger. Do we trash 2 Gingers? Yeah. Glad we biobands this. That was 10 credits. That's disgusting. Okay, at least we get 3 daily casts. 5 credit hurting. You don't know the nothing, Axu. I remember like being a bit obsessed with freedom for quite a while. Oh, thank you so much, Fix. So Fix trashes this ice to get rid of our Kaya ban, which is often the correct play. But what we're going to do is this. We see a seamless launch. Good to know. I think we go twice more, and then because we'll go once more. Hush is probably useless in this matchup, which is a shame. I think I just need a few more credits right now. I don't want to let them get ahead. They're like not. They're not threatening anything. We're gonna put down one of these. Because if they trash this, then we probably do want to get this Kaiban back. We're gonna challenge this again, 100%. Because it stops their AOT trigger, which is just amazing. Urban Art, pull this back, click 1. You know what we do. Best thing about Architects is that we really can barrel into their ice because nothing's really going to hurt. That can fire. Right, we don't want to show that we've got this cleaver yet. So we'll draw, draw. We could draw once more. I think so. The other thing would be to put down an SMC, but I think this drawing here is absolutely fine. As much as like this actually could be, this could be a the type of game where we put down 2 UAVs, a very, very rare case. I think we run and click through this. Um, because we can and they don't get a trigger off it. So we'll do that. We'll Kayaban this. If it is a ganked, we don't care that much. They haven't got anything particularly nasty. It's just a spin doctor. Absolutely fine. We'll gamble here. We'll keep our money. So pretty soon we hopefully just start wrecking them with conduit cleaver running through this R&D. Unfortunately, we hadn't drawn into any of our mining accidents because right now they would have 3 bad pub. Like there's zero chance. You know, I mean we got them down to nothing as it is, but Arrisana play patterns will be so effed when Haley for Trojans drops. Haley for Trojans. uh, yeah, maybe. Um, I'd love to see that. Now we could start going, right? But like if we put a Kaya band down there, then that's probably pretty bad. Casts, urban art. Like we might run this. Let's draw one. We're gonna run this server, putting the Kaya band here. We're just gonna keep forcing them to res. Like if we can force an ice res every single turn, then they never they never get AOT trigger unless they can get like 2 ice down, which is quite funny. What have we got? A surveyor. Woo! It's a big boy. Um, well, this will just trace for now. We've got a hush, which means that this does like nothing. We'll pay for those ones, and then we can end a run. We'll draw. I think we want to get Vanuka down more than we want to creative because money's not an issue now. Now we just want to find our mining accidents like really, really badly. So this is a perfect time for us to like slam a mining accident down if we can find one. There's a chance that we don't pull this back to hand because we're gonna like have too many cards in hand. So we're gonna say no. We're gonna nuka. Ah, that's a shame. We didn't find one. Yeah, I'm on 3 mining accidents actually. Um, so this looks like a ginger. Now, the one thing that I'd like to deal with would be if this is a Rashida. So we could run this turn, put the hush down, click through this. Thinking. If we do that, we're throwing out 2 cards, right? Which I don't love. So otherwise we just set up a little bit more, which I think is fine. And then let's get a SMC down. It's going to leave us like a bit short on MU wise. No, that's fine. Okay, we see the ginger. I'm absolutely fine with this being a ginger because this means that they're going to put ice on the remote. The more ice that they put on the remote, the less ice that they're going to put on R&D, and we're just going to like slam into them. We will pull the Kaiban this turn. Right, click one is click this. Still, that's a shame. Didn't find one. So now we could put down a lily pad. We could put the Kayaban back on, I think, the Bran on HQ. Do we want to draw here? I think we don't want to draw because we got one, two. I want to play this creative, I think, last click, and then probably throw the SMC in the bin. As much as I kind of want to find a mining accident, I'm going to say no. I'm going to just play this. Probably wrong because we don't actually need that much money. But we'll probably pop this on their turn to draw a card. There's a tier here. That's fine. What are we getting with it? We're probably getting the turbine, you know. Well, that's quite the doodah. What's it, isn't it? Do we want turbine? We could get another Kayaban down. I don't think we want to do that yet. Let's get this down. Drawing a card. We'll pull this back to hand. I think we might start like trying to wreck R&D. We'll draw one card here. Don't have to play that. Yeah, I think it's R&D time. The question is, do we Arrisana the Hush onto this, or do we Arrisana a Kayaban onto it? I think it's the Kayaban. Like, they probably should crack this, which is kind of hilarious. There's a hedge. That's a shame. Because we don't actually want them to play that. Is there any way we can challenge this remote and force them to spend? Not really. We've already Arrisana'd, which is a pity. Hedge, Ansel. Okay, hedge into Ansel. Let's see what they do. I assume this is like hedge, double advance, or something along those lines. But they also now have to do something about R&D, or they're gonna lose on R&D very, very quickly. Oh, seamless. Okay, well we know that there's an Ansel on the top. So this is how they're gonna score and protect R&D. I quite like that play. I forgot to get the SMC back with the Simmel chip. That's a minor issue. That actually is a minor issue. Bit of a mistake. I think we might start running this server for money. But I don't think that's actually worth it. Okay. Well, we can check HQ for like, I think it's about 2 credits, which seems decent enough. It does give them an architect's trigger. We know that this is a tier, they can't res that. I wonder if I even care. Let's go HQ. We'll Arrisana down the Kayaban on here. Draw a card. SMC is good. Yeah, we get through here for like 2 credits. This is the exact moment where if Jeff, you're still watching, now I want a diesel because I want to like. Oh, that's a shame, but at least we get rid of that. We'll go HQ again because it only costs us 2. Yeah, because right now I'd love to like diesel into a mining accident, which we wouldn't have enough clicks to do question is, do we put down the SMC? I think we might just put down the Nuka. We could go Nuka and SMC. I think we definitely do Nuka. Let's just, yeah, let's get down the SMC now. I want to have plenty of clips. I assume they like credit hedge fund here. I can't see any other play. Yeah. Fine. So now we can get down an echelon. We'll do it on their turn to draw a card. I don't actually think we do, because I think we're going to click Nuka first. Click. I guess if we draw into the echelon, that's a shame, isn't it, then? So maybe we're not even going to click this Nuka, you know? Seems wild. Biobands is brilliant. That's exactly what we want. This one here. Okay, where are we going with this biobands? Are we going HQ? For 2 credits? Allow them to potentially res this tier so that they can't res something else? Do we just go archives? I'm going to go HQ. Kayaban goes here. Draw a card, yes. Oh, there's our diesel that we wanted. I want them to res this tier, putting them like below 5 or close to below 5. Oh no, it was a Ravana, that's a shame. We'll draw 2 cards. We still haven't found. We still haven't found any mining accidents, which is interesting. I think we have to install the DZ Meezy here. Fine. I think I still forgot to pop the SMC to get a back. I guess I should just be running HQ, running R&D. Why am I not doing that? I've already Arrisana'd. I think we play one of these. We run R&D. It doesn't cost much, right? No. Doing this without putting the Kayaban down is probably not the greatest. We see a Spin Doctor. We will trash a Spin Doctor. Yeah, it actually is quite expensive. Without putting a Kayaban on it, it's a bit annoying. And we don't have bad pub yet, which is upsetting. 4 credits for a single? Probably not. Well, it's a single and a conduit counter. Yes, 4 credits for a single is probably incorrect. Like 2/3 of our deck, and we have not found. We've not found any mining options. Ooh. We probably symbol chip that back, because I don't see an amazing use of this symbol chip right now, and it's going to draw us a card if we do. We probably symbol chip it back onto HQ. There's no... If this is exactly a tier, how bad is that for us? Oh, maybe we symbol chip it back here then. We think that one of these is a Bran, right? Because we saw a Bran on HQ. Yeah, biobans on R&D with the Hush was definitely an option there. Right, where are we putting this Kayaban? It's going to go on. Kind of doesn't matter if she does it because we're going to draw anyway. We're going to like bring it back to hand as is. Okay, so let's draw into. There we go, a mining accident. That is what we want. We'll... I guess we run R&D because we want to force this res, whereas they might not res on HQ. It's interesting they iced HQ. Maybe they're worried about Steve. How annoying is Ravana here? Do we have a way of getting a buzzsaw out? Not brilliantly. Ravana's fine. We can click through it if it's a Ravana. And two of them are already out, right? Oh, no res. I guess well, no, it's fine. Kaiban's gonna go on this one. Do we draw a card? If we draw a card, do we draw into the second mining accident and then we can play both? Yeah. We didn't. This is where I guess I res a Bran here. That seems fine for us in terms of the fact that it makes them slightly more poor. That's annoying. Because now we haven't made a successful run on... I think we might run HQ. If we hit a Ravana, how bad is it? This has to be like exactly Ravana to be a punish. Do we just run archives? No, because there's a virus in there. Or we could just set up for next turn. Probably just set up for next turn, right? I think that probably makes more sense. So we'll just go like this down. Play one of these. We don't need a nuker. Like, we're never going to click this nuker. Lilypad is an insane draw engine. I did forget Conduit. That's right. 100%. This looks like a Rashida, which could be the one punish. We're going to go HQ then here. We'll pull this back. We'll run HQ, Arrisana-ing this down. Drawing a card. Finding our buzzsaw. Still only found one mining accident. We could click the nuker to find more. We assume that we're going to find more. Yeah, that was... This is probably... Ooh. Oh, this is a problem. This is actually a problem, right? Yeah, we're actually kind of fucked here. That's annoying. We've already Arrisana'd, so that fires. So now they get to do a Ravana, which means they get to do Ansel twice. I can't hush it. I put the Kayaban down. The best way to play this deck is to do it incredibly aggressively and just always faceplant with the Ansel. Okay, they trash for Conduit. Kind of makes sense. I might have trashed the Lilypad myself, but I guess it's not enough. Do they only get to... Surely they get to fire the other one, don't they? As well. What did they trash? And the Cleaver. Okay. Simul chips left in deck. 2, so we should be okay. We're not going to shuffle. we'll just run archives. We don't care about the purge now. CM a virus, that's fine. Yeah, so I'm going to put that single chip down, but I just want to make sure that we get off this mining accident first. And then we'll install this simul chip and we'll pop it, getting back the cleaver. Buzzsaws in hand, so we just need to make sure that we put that down before doing anything stupid next turn. But we're surely going to draw into our other two mining accidents, and then all of a sudden running R&D I think is going to be about credit neutral, which will feel good. Like when we install this buzzsaw, we install it for like 1 credit. Yeah, that's fun. Right, this one here. We'll do this because it draws us a card and pops this bad boy off. Draw a card, yes. Not the card we wanted. Do this. Seriously? Wow. Just not there, are they? Run R&D. Like, that's just wild. Reasonably expensive single. It's an Eli. No surprises there. Like, part of me wants to get these down. Yeah, it's kind of worth it. We might actually run HQ for a single here. I think we know. What do we know about their hand? I guess maybe running HQ for a single was like a better move there. If we run their hand, then we can throw away this lily pad and this clot. It should cost us like, I guess it might cost us 3 credits, like 1 bad pub. Yeah, I think it costs us at most 2 credits to take a single one here. Going server 2. Yeah, I could have probably just gone server 2. I kind of forgot that I can just get in the server. Like, this hush deals with this, we get through here. This is nonsense. Yeah, I definitely should have just gone server 2. Like, what's the worst that this is? This is a sentry, that's fine, blah, blah, blah. We see a Rashida, we'll trash a Rashida. And then we'll throw these two out. I just really thought we were going to draw into our last mining accidents. I kind of assumed we would. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? Right, let's get this back. So, if we hit this, then we find them for sure. We only found one. How do we only find one? We don't need to do this biobands. Like, I think we keep the biobands maybe for the remote. So we'll run. Have we got another symbol chip? Oh, our symbol chip. Where the hell? Thinking. So I think we run HQ, installing the Kaya band, drawing a card. It's probably the other mining accident. And then we play both mining accidents. Yeah, it is indeed. We get through here for free. Last 2 cards are 1 symbol chip and mining accident. Yeah, and that's like all we need to close out the game. 4? Why is it 4? Oh, because it's got 4 subs. That's annoying, isn't it? Oh, I could just hush this. Wait a second. This is a much better idea. You might need to disable. But then it doesn't have types. Oh! Oh! Wait a sec. I am being told that then it is typeless. So actually, no good. I would need to slap vandal it as well. Yeah, I'm not shuffling my whole hand back into the deck. I've just drawn the things that I want. Okay, well, we'll just do this the old-fashioned way. It costs 1 real credit a break. I don't know why I'm that fussed. They could res this tier if they want. Classic Eternal Traps, yeah, just mythic. We see an Eli in hand, not surprised. We'll play a mining accident. We'll play another mining accident. Okay. We can get rid of the lily pad. And could possibly get rid of 1 casts, right? I think maybe actually we get rid of the bioburns. The draw's no good. Potentially the trash is good for like this. We think that one of these is a Helheim servers. In fact, that's why we might not be able to run this server. Because of Helheim servers. Although if they have no cards in hand, then it's pretty bad. Yeah, they could push now. We just run first click, right? And then yeah, the last card is Simulchip, which I kind of want. Like, what's the worst that this could be? Because I think we can just go hard on mining R&D. Okay, so the best play is like install a Kaioban. They don't have 2 seamless launches. We don't lose next turn. We're gonna conduit them. We're gonna put this here. We'll draw a card with it. It'll be a Simulchip. It is a Simulchip. We'll put this down here. We'll run R&D, Arrisana ring, another Kaioban. Actually, do we Arrisana the? I think we want to keep the Kaiobans. So we might put down a Kaioban and then Arrisana out the Slap Vandal. Slap Vandal can go here. We use this credit. We should have done this in a slightly different order to get Deezy Meezy. Yep. This we break for +1 credits. That seems fine. I think Axie probably has the better line here, but they didn't have the brain capacity to work it out. You see a border control, fine. Like next turn, if they don't do something on R&D, like I think their best plan of action is double advance and put border control here. Or if they've got a seamless launch, like single advance. That's probably the border control. That's interesting. Ah, they have money here. That's fine. That means they're doing nothing in the server for a while. Um, we'll pull one of these back, just so that we have money to install our daily cast with. We can run R&D. You tell me, Fix. Um, I'm gonna. One of these I think is a Biroid, and the other one I'm gonna put the hush on manually and then keep running. Um, or we hush this now. I guess we should hush this one, because then we use our DZ Meezy credit for it. I'll break that for nothing. Aha. Uh, this costs us actual credits this time. It's a shame, isn't it? Not many actual credits. Let's see if they res this. It's the Eli. That's fine. That's another credit for us. This one will fully break. Feel like we should have more points by now. There we go. Ooh, that's spicy. This is a card which deals with Turbine in an interesting way. Hey, that can stay. We'll put this down here. Oh, no MU. Can't put it down there. That's a shame. We would just like run through this tier to make some more money. So what does this actually cost us? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we have. So it costs us 2 real credits to get through here. So I think we do one more run. And then we put down a free daily casts. I know, right? Like, I think actually this hush is incorrect. Second Kayaban is probably better than it. This one we can break. We get through. I hope that was a conduit run. It was. We see the next. We see an off-world. See a Bovo. I think we leave. We'll just gain a credit, put down a casts, end the turn. Fix maybe from Bristol, but he's not playing snare. Yeah, I think actually, next turn I'm gonna get rid of this hush, but I'm just gonna put a. I think having a Kaioban on the Bran is better than having a hush on the board control. I guess there is that one window where we can like break all of the Bran apart from one. Yeah, like what does Fix do here? He either purges, which is great for us, but we're absolutely fine with that because we've actually still got value coming in. Like we're gonna install this daily cast for basically free next turn. Um, if he doesn't do anything, okay, he just purge. That's fine. There's a chance that we just spend this turn farming this Loki, which I'm absolutely fine with. Um, Urban Art, we're gonna pull the Hush back to hand. We're gonna run server 2, Arrisana the Kayaban onto here. We know it's a tier. We'll jack out. We'll run again. We'll jack out. We'll run again. Just so that next turn we can like hammer R&D. We'll jack out. Do we put this down now? Yeah, why not? So they might ginger trashing the Kaiban, I think is correct here. Like they're never resing this tier, but it might also be their only way to win. Okay, so we'll pull the Kaiban back to hand. We now have a ton of credits again. I guess putting the Kaiban on this. Uh, actually, I meant to install the Kaiban there. Sorry. I'm just gonna like do it. It makes way more sense for it to be here. Because then they can't like pop it after we decide to break all the brand subs, which is the only time that they can do it and it does anything to us. Break 4, we finally spent a real credit. Anyone want to do the actual maths on this server? Like this is 1, this is 4, this is 5, 6, 7, this is 8. And we've got 7 credits to do it with each time. It costs us 1. This is like good ice as well. It's not like this is, we're not running through wraparounds and stuff like that. This is like some of the best ice in the format. Uh, and it costing us nothing. We can trash that. We also like don't want to potentially leave some space open for them to put that on R&D and do something nasty with it. Turbine is pretty disgusting. Uh, it is like shaper control at its finest, depending on who you ask. There we go. GG. 2 stream game. 2 game stream even. You might be right, actually. 50 minutes. Oh my gosh. Problem is we're like incredibly oppressive, but yeah, this deck can be like that. Um We can be incredibly oppressive, but we also don't necessarily close out the game as the quickest. Um, we could probably put less draw in here, right? I don't think we used. I don't think we even used. Did we even use Venuka? I guess we used Venuka, but we installed. But I might be with Jeff. Maybe we just switch to some diesels because we only really need the setup. Value proposition of turbine is so stupid considering buzz. Yeah, I think that's it. Uh, Fix is saying that Kayaban has ban in its name. Um, yeah, I think potentially the issue is maybe actually not turbine. Okay, I think the issue is these breakers. Like they are incredibly efficient, and they just happen to hit a break point with turbine. Hey Fix, how you doing? Yeah, came out the other side, you're still alive. But yeah, these are incredibly efficient. And like turbine, if you put it in other rigs where it's boosting things like, Unity or even Carmen. Well, I guess like it's on echelon, so it's not really much for muchness. But say you're boosting like Kurapira and Unity, it doesn't feel particularly good at all. The fact that you're like paying to break almost all of it is really really gross. Um, yeah, like neither like that's it actually. Like neither of these cards are like or like these cards and this card. They're not completely broken as it is. But together they form something which is very disgusting right now. And I mean, interestingly, so we've seen like the little spoiler of new cards, and there's a fair few like 6 strength ice in there, it seems, and that's something that is missing right now, right? Like if Bulwark was still a card, then I think it would be seeing quite a lot of play right now because one of your only super taxing ways of dealing with this kind of rig is something like triple advanced Pharos. Um, if you can get some really high strength uh, code gates, which there's like none of right now, then this becomes problematic for Buzzsaw especially. Um, but yeah, Cleaver is too strong in my opinion. It squashes the design space of low strength barriers a lot. I mean, the ish. I mean, yeah, I do kind of get you there because it's like we saw uh we saw new ice come out. This new ice, right? Has anyone played this in standard? Like outside of Sunset, where Cleaver is banned? Like almost no, because like why would you? Yeah, Fix. I figured it was a Helheim in the server. Um, I don't know if it would have done enough on R&D because I like run, and I can just run like first click, and then like you can boost your ice. I click through it. I trash for Helheim. You're back to square one. So I'm not totally sure it would have like really done too much there. But yeah, look at this. Boom. Masquerode's big issue is that it completely folds to Cleaver. And yeah, that's a huge issue right now. We could do one more game. I mean, I say one more. Let's change this ever so slightly. I think we can change this very slightly because I think it's got. I don't think it needs all the nukers. So like maybe we just put in an extra diesel. We move. Oh, we just do that because like the one game where we take them out, we might even play a second DZMZ. That feels like a terrible idea, but we can get really oppressive then, like in the late game. Do we play a second DZMZ? How greedy is that? It's very greedy. It's incredibly greedy, but I'm gonna try it. Yeah, Okay, Kuroda and Kurapira are both bad also. In what respect? As in they're bad breakers or they're like bad Miramorph. Okay, Miramorph is fun. We got an early mining accident, which is nice, but the rest of this is not great, so I'm gonna mulligan. That seems better. Yeah, I mean, Paperclip obviously like just wrecked House for so long. Um, it's funny almost. Uh, Breaking brand for 8. What with Kurapira? Yeah, but then once every 3 times you break it for free. We just plant into this, right? We might gamble first just in case it's a Trank Grid or something. It's a Hagen. That's good to know. We'll let that fire. We're gonna. That's like one thing there. One issue. One thing that really punishes us is what the words that I was trying to say. We'll buy Band's HQ because if we what we really want to draw here is mining accident while they're on free. Okay, we instantly get punished for putting 2 of these in. We see an MIC. We've got a hush for that. We could diesel here. I think I want a diesel next turn, so I'm gonna put down an SMC now. Yeah, you have to abuse ice placement with Kurapira and cry if they res an early brand. Very true. Um, yeah, I mean, should ETR ice even be super taxing? I think you might have a point there, Kakislab. I quite like that as a thought process. This is interesting. Um, because I would agree that potentially no. ETR ice should not be super taxing. We challenge HQ here, I think. Unfortunately, we can't put. I want to put a Kayaban on this. We see an MIC. We see. I'm gonna play a mining accident. We'll like force them down to 5-0 credits, and we'll get a. I think we just get the nuke going here. We kind of want the draw. This could be an NGO. It would be a shame. If they take a credit, advance it. I guess they would do anyway because they're Miramorph. They get a free click by doing that. Okay, this is cool. So here we'll go HQ and we'll install a Kayaban. We see a Loki. We're gonna think for a second because we need to give them chance to pop this NGO front if they want to. They don't want to, apparently. So we'll hit this. Netrunner is a good game. I love the theme, but I think there are some fundamental flaws it has been from the get-go. Means that yeah, I mean, I think every game has its issues. Do we run back now? What's the punish here? Like last click drafter is probably an issue. Let's just put this cast down as much as I'd rather do that once I've got Urban Art down. Okay, they credit, YDL, install, and probably gain a credit. Trashing another card. It was a trap or an agenda, and this is a spin doctor. Let's Draw with Nuka. We'll run HQ here. Oh, wanna. Uh. Oh no. Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, we'll try again. Okay. My opponent made a mistake. Apparently bad enough to leave. That's a shame. Um. Sorry. Trying to catch up on this bit of chat because a lot happened and I missed some of it. Means that aren't installing cheap barriers, so skipping out on installs or forgoing no entire barriers in this case. Yeah, I mean probably true. Or MBN, I think you just put them out anyway, right? Because if you're MBN, you might just be playing ping and wraparound, and then like Kurapira doesn't matter like at all. If you're playing like ping and wraparound and endless Eula, although why are you playing endless Eula right now? I don't know. Then I guess it's something. I think the biggest punish is like the purple decks, right? If you've accidentally put an ablative barrier in your deck and you res it early, or it's not an accident to put it in your deck, but if you've accidentally like drawn your ablative barrier early and you've decided to use it to try and protect a Spin Doctor or a Rashida or something, um, and you don't find an ice that you can overwrite it with, then you get like massively punished. Um, yeah, you kind of like you do. I tend to find myself thinking about that, and I think maybe actually Ob is like the one which I think about it the most. Like I'll pop a border control, like just like insta pop a border control against decks with a Kurapira down if at some point I'm planning to like force them through an envelopment, because the last thing I want them to do is get to free counters and then think, oh, I'm gonna tax them out with this envelopment, and they're like, well, I'm through. um, and also the kind of whole pop a border control into sandstone, much worse if you pop a border control into a sandstone and they just bypass it. Uh, Border control is a 4 credit end run that gets insta popped. Yeah, there we go. So that's kind of what I would be saying as well. And like sandstones become a real issue. You've got to be able to get rid of those sandstones once they're out. If they're down to like low strength, because that's one of the best ways of just farming Kurapira counters like an absolute beast. Um, and can become very, very problematic. I feel like I might have missed something. I'm like in chat, and apologies if I did. Fix, I missed your comment about the like damned if you res, damned if you don't thing with Kyoban, and yeah, I mean this deck is like very much based around that. Um, and particularly the way that you need to play it to make it work, because you have to like aggressively check all of the corpse ice um, to force them down to enough credits where you can start playing mining accidents. There's a really interesting thing where sometimes you're playing against outfit, and I've played them against outfit, and I've played mining accidents against outfit with this deck, um, because it's like correct. Like, well, obviously, once they're already past four, once they're past four bad pub, you start playing your mining accidents, because then they either have to take them or drop down. Do sandstones actually ever go to too low strength? It feels like there is always a virus getting them back. Yes and no. It kind of depends where your viruses are in the deck. Um, like you'd hope so. But if you've had to pop an early virus for like a regolith or something, and the runners found one early and trashed it, then you might be in trouble. Ah, Biz the Dad. Very good. Okay. All right. Well, here we go. This is a good one to finish with. Um, we could keep this hand. We could keep this hand. I'm gonna keep this hand. It's like not the best. The diesel's good though. Well, we already have like our first bad pub. Unfortunately, we can't put our Kaiban down. That's a shame. We've drawn a mining accident. That's mildly problematic. I think we have to get this testing going. Got no ice to get our UAV like off to the races, which is a shame. So like it's not the best start as it is. Hopefully they install an ice next turn. Unfortunately now we can't face check into trebuchets anymore, but it's not like we can force them low anyway. There's a tiny chance we check this. If we've got enough money to slap Vandal, we will. Which we'll need. We'll need enough credits to install the slap Vandal from the SMC, which will pop the environmental testing. So that's like 2 credits. So we could check this. Credit, run. Arrisana the Kayaban, slap Vandal through this. If they then trash this ice, then we've lost our 1 slap Vandal. I think I might go for it. Credit. I think I'm correct here. I've got 1 bad pub. So we can go here. We're going to Arrisana the Kayaban here. We'll see what they do. It is border control. I think we just let that one fire because we definitely can't get through that. And we'll get down our UAV. They get a Rashida, that's fine. We need to find some more draw. This is the one matchup where like I took the draw out and I'm gonna regret it. Can we get in here? Probably not. Okay, we could challenge HQ, but kind of expecting a Winchester. So I'm not that keen about doing that. We can go R&D. Let's draw once. Let's put this down. We'll draw with Nuka. I think we just go R&D. We'll put the Kaiban down here. It's a Valenchow, which we can get through with a Slap Vandal, or we could just let it fire. Let's go through. We want the access. But one thing I'm kind of thinking in terms of not going through is that like kind of want to do this environmental testing next turn. So we need to break this one. Rest can fire. Spin Doctor? I think we trash that. If this is above the law, that's probably the worst punish. Because losing the UAV here is a problem. I think this is totally a correct time to overwrite this Valenchow. They don't. So we can now run through this for free. We're giving them 2 credits each time, but like it's free in many ways. We'll get the Kayaban back. We are close enough. No, I'm not too worried about this start actually. This is kind of fine, I think. We're like nearly close enough to just conduit them for the win. It's really not that far off. Let's put this down. We'll put an SMC out so we're threatening Clot, because we do have Clot. If we run through this, it'll cost us... We'll just gain their money, but we don't lose any money. So we'll go R&D, we'll Arrisana the Kayaban on here. Again, this is potentially incorrect because they should just trash this. You think this might have been a game-losing score, as in for them to give us this much bad pub so early, or the rest of that can fire? We gain 2. Under the bus is annoying. So I think we probably... that means they're probably on Lady Killer, right? It doesn't hit this. Yeah, it's pretty good for us. It doesn't hit this, so we're just going to hit the nuker. We'll throw out a mining accident right now. As much as we like potentially actually play this soon, but they have enough money to just duck it. How you doing, Cold Lava, by the way? Hope you're good. Yeah, getting you to Free Bad Pub. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the issue is that they're not... I think I'm just going to try and conduit them for the win here. So we'll pull this back to hand. We'd love a lily pad here. That would be the best. But we're not going to get it. We put this down for 1 credit. We'll run R&D. Kayaban goes here. We do still need to break this one. Rest fires. Oh, we see a magnet. That's annoying, but fine. I guess. Oh, I don't actually have Pikachu in this one. That's annoying, but we've got rid of one of them early, so that's something. We can go again. I also don't think I would Pikachu anyway, because like putting 3 Trojans on a single piece of ice, I mean, that's like just asking for it. Okay, well, we found another Mavirus. I assume they put a magnet here next turn, which is absolutely fine. Because it means they're not scoring. We might want to check their hand. The Pika would come back. That is true. Yeah. Do we want to DZMZ on their turn? to get the buzzsaw. Or we could run. If we run and pop this, we got free bad pub. So that's like clicking for free credits. But we save a credit because I'm going to pull the Valan Chow back. Oh, anytime cold lava. Well, I say anytime. Monday, basically. We're going to pull the Slap Vandal back, and then we're going to go R&D. Unsurprising. So we'll break the magnet. There is a chance that we actually run HQ here. We like bounce and run HQ a couple of times. Do we care if we lose our DZMZ? Not massively. This is an Angelique, we're assuming. Let's go HQ. If it's a Winchester, then we'll just Slap Vandal, or if it's a Trebuchet, this is why we have our Slap Vandal in hand. We'll use this credit here. Actually, we shouldn't have used that credit there. I should have used Bad Pub. We're going to stop them trashing. We won't boost. We will see. We see a Rashida. Shame we couldn't trash that. We'll draw one. That's great for next turn. We're going to put Kaiban here. Is the play not breaking magnet for one and slapback? It probably is. I just wanted to try and force a res here. Okay. They had one in hand. And we got rid of our SMC. I've only just realised that. What are they up to? Oh, they can win next turn. Well, that's terrifying. Okay. At least our turn is literally laid out for us. So we're going to pull Slap Vandal back to hand. And then we're going to run R&D 4 times. No issues here, are there? No. Is there any chance that we go and get this? This is probably data loot. Whatever happens, we need like 5 cards in hand, and we'll need to put the cleaver down to get through here. So I think like finding the win in R&D is probably best. We'll break this. We'll put the Vandal here. We can actually break the gain 2. Not that it makes much difference, but it just stops them getting money, which feels nice. We'll trash an Angelique to see further. And we see a hedge fund. We'll go again. 2 fresh cards this turn. I guess we should does it make any difference which of these we do? I can't actually work out how the maths works out for it. I guess that's the better one to do because then we'll have more money to trash. Okay, there's a hostile. So now we're going to see some more cards. Oh, the virus was in the server. GG. Nuts. Well played. Um, well, that's a bit gutting. There's no way, like, just like, there's absolutely no way of it of getting in here, and we know the top two cards. Uh, I mean, yeah, free math, but we'd found two of them, Axu. Like, what's the chances they draw into all three of them, like, super early? Apparently, enough chance. Right. I am off to bed because it's pretty late. Thank you everyone for joining me. I hope you have fun if you end up playing some bad publicity Arrisana. I will post the deck list on Netrunner DB now, I think. If it's not right now, it'll be in the morning. But yeah, thanks for dropping by, and yeah, I stream on Mondays if you don't already know that. See you next week. Ciao.